أهلا بكم في درس جديد من دروس اللغة العربية. Welcome to Learn Arabic Online with Lubna Dumayan. In today's lesson, we will talk about the Arabic verbal noun al masdar. Al masdar literally means a source of something, source of water, of light, but here we will be mentioning a source of a verb. So Arabic verbal noun implies the meaning of the source of a verb and is a very important derivative in Arabic. It is a noun derived from a verb to refer to the action or the activity implied in it. An Arabic verb contains three pieces of information: the action, the actor, and the time, present, past, future. While the verbal noun, which originates from the verb, contains the action but has no actor or time information. It represents a change in the form of a verb which allows it to be used as a noun in a sentence. For example, the verbal noun in English for to study, darasa, studying, dirasa. So studying is important. Studying, dirasa, ad-dirasa. It will be a definite verbal noun. Ad-dirasa is important. Muhimma. Since ad-dirasa is feminine, so muhimma, important, will be in the feminine form also. Muhimma. So here, the verbal noun is a subject. I like studying in the library. Here, studying is the object of the verb like. So here, I like studying. أنا أحب. I like أنا أحب الدراسة. Again, it's definite. أنا, I, أحب الدراسة. الدراسة في in the library في المكتبة. في مكتبة. Since الدراسة here is the object of أحب, it will be in the accusative with فتحة. So since we said that the verbal noun is the action of a verb, so I may say studying is important, or the act of studying. So in English, the form ing or the infinitive may be rendered as al masdar, but not always. If you are able to insert the expression the act of before the ing word, it means you can render it as a verbal noun. So here, I am studying in the library. Here the verb is conjugated in the present progressive tense. I am studying in the library. So let's use the act of. I am the act of studying in the library. It doesn't make any sense. Let's say أنا الدراسة في المكتبة. How I can be the act of studying? So we can't render it as a verbal noun in this case. So be careful about that. But it's always almost definite, with some exceptions like always. Al. So, the verbal nouns of form 1, verbs, as you remember, فعل, so form 1. الوزن الأول, فعل or فاعل or فاعل. Come in many different patterns. It's really overwhelming, but don't be intimidated. As you learn each new form 1 verb, you will have to memorize its verbal noun, and I will help you with it. Whenever I will talk about a verb, I will let you know about its verbal noun. Be aware that some form 1 verb can have more than one verbal noun, and that these nouns may differ in meaning from each other. Do not try to memorize the patterns themselves. Just learn the actual nouns. But it's good to be aware of the possibility in terms of patterns, so that you can tell what is going on when you are reading a text. It is always to your benefit to be able to determine what kind of word you are reading, if you do not know its meaning. If you know what kind of word it is, it will be easier for you to find it in a dictionary, or to make an educated guess about the word's meaning. If you know other words from the same root, for example, let's say you came across this word, قراءة, but you have no clue what does it mean. So we say, let's extract the root from this verbal noun. We have قاف, we have ra. The long vowel alif is never part of the root, we know that, so we throw it away. Hamza. Ta marbuta is not included also in the root, so we have qara'a. You can just use fathas in all of us. Qara'a. So if you know qara'a, you would know that this word is related to something about reading. So this is a good guess, at least. Or for example, you say you are in an Arabic country and you notice that there is a word next to a door. For example, dukhul, but you have no clue about it. So let's check the roots. Dal, kha, wow, it's not a part of the root, and lam, dakhala. If you know that dakhala is to enter, or he entered, so you would know it's a door for entrance. Yay! That's fun. So here I arranged the verbal nouns based on the similarity in patterns. Darasa, he studied. Dirasa, studying. Kataba, to write. Kitaba, writing. Qara'a, to read. Qira'a, reading. So these follow the pattern fa'ala, and they have similar verbal noun pattern. So قراءة كتابة دراسة. دخل he entered. دخول entrance. خرج to go out. خروج exit. وصل to arrive. وصول arrival. They're all related to each other actually. دخل خرج وصل. He went out, he entered, he arrived. عمل he worked. عمل work. سكن to reside in. سكن residing. So this is the overwhelming first pattern list. So from 2 to 10 things get easier, simpler, with some exceptions, especially for the second وزن, second pattern, وزن الثاني. فعل. So the verbal noun will be prefixed with ta. The first radical will get rid of fatha and I will put the sukun. Second radical, get rid of the shadda and fatha. We'll have kasra, followed by long vowel ya. And the last radical, taf'il, allama, to teach. He teached. There is no infinitive in Arabic anyway. It's all conjugated in the third person singular in the past. Ta'lim, education. So I will give you other examples, some exceptions. For example, azza, to condole. Azza, here, he condoled. Here, the verb is ending with the broken alif, alif maqsura. The roots of this verb is ain, zay and ya. And the verbal noun, it will be prefixed with ta, zia. So we have ain, zay, ya and ta marbuta in the end. Ta'ziya. We don't have the long vowel yet. We used the third radical from the root to form the verbal noun. Another one, samma, to name. They have the same form. So do you have a good guess? Azza, ta'ziya, condolence. Samma, ta, sin, mim, mi, ya. That's right, tasmiya, naming. Let me give you another example with a word ending with hamza. Hanna'a, to congratulate. Hanna'a. Ha, nun and hamza in the roots. We'll start with ta. Ta, ha, nun, ni, and we have hamza. Because hamza is preceded by kasra, what chair would we pick for it? A ya. It's more comfortable. Tahni'a. Tahni'a. So hanna'a, he congratulated. Tahni'a, congratulation. another last one with the broken alif. Zakka, he purified. Ta, z, kia. Tazkiya, purification. Tazkiya. See, it's rhyming. It's musical. This is the beauty of this language. The third pattern, fa'ala, mufa'ala. So we have mim as a prefix, a long vowel, alif after the first radical, and ta marbuta in the end. It's a feminine verbal noun. So shahada, to watch, he watched. Mushahada, watching. Fourth one, af'ala, if'al. Here just we changed hamza, the short vowel of hamza from fatha to kasra, and then we added a long vowel alif after the second radical. So ahmala, to neglect. Ahmala, ihmal. Ihmal, it's carelessness. It's easy, very easy. The fifth one, tafa'ala. Tafa'ul. Here there is just a change of the short vowel of the middle radical from fatha to damma. Tafarraqa, to spread. Tafarruq, spreading. Very easy. Sixth one, tafa'ala, tafa'ul. Takataba, to correspond. Takatu, correspondence. Again here, it's just a change in the short vowel. Infa'ala, infi'al. This is a reflexive, passive. Always. Inkasara, to become broken. Inkisar, breaking. Ifta'ala, ifti'al. Istalama, he received. Istilam, receiving, the action of receiving. If'alla, if'ilal. Ihmarra, to blush. Ihmirar, blushing, turning red. Or isfarra, to pale, he paled. Isfirar, paling. It's all about colors and defects in the body, as you remember from the previous lessons. And the 10th one, istaf'ala, istif'al. Istaf'ala, istakhdama, he exploited. Istikhdam, exploiting. So action of educating, of watching, of neglecting, of spreading, of writing, of breaking, of receiving, of exploiting. Al-Masdar has a number of uses, but we will focus on the most problematic ones. Otherwise, the time won't be enough for it. If you want more detail about it, just let me know about your specific problem and I will make a lesson based on it. Promise. So it can be used to replace a verb in the present tense or the subjunctive, and as a concept or as a noun, just a regular noun, concrete, abstract, whatever. For example, ذهب إلى أمريكا للعمل. He went to America to work. ذهب إلى أمريكا ليعمل. Here we used the present tense in the third person singular. ليعمل with li, the preposition li. And here we used the Arabic verbal noun in its definite here. Normally it's al-amal, but when it's preceded by a preposition li, we get rid of the alif. Normally al-amal, but when we have a preposition, we get rid of this. So it's a definite. So either ways would work to mean the same thing. For example, here ذهب إلى أمريكا للعمل or ذهب إلى أمريكا ليعمل. It has the same meaning. So he went to America to work. So li being used here is the same one that is with verbs in the present tense. When li is attached to the verbal noun this way, it is working as a preposition, as I mentioned. So it's going to put the verbal noun in the genitive. That's why we have kasra, lil'amali. But here, when the verb is conjugated, you cannot change the short vowels, unless, with some exceptions that we will talk about another time. ليعمل. We kept all the short vowels, even if we have the li, the preposition. So the sentence could be rendered using the present tense verb or the verbal noun, and we have the same meaning. So the verbal noun will be always almost definite. The only time a verbal noun can be indefinite when it's used as the first term of an indefinite إضافة. How? ذهب إلى أمريكا لزيارة صديق. This is an إضافة construction. And since the second term doesn't carry al, the definite article, so it's considered as an indefinite إضافة. He went to America to visit a friend.